So I am here with a book review for you, and it is on Milk and Honey by, and I'm hoping I'm pronouncing her name right, Rupi Kaur. So I'd heard a lot of good things about Milk and Honey, but I hadn't seen it in any bookstores or at Walmart or Target. But then suddenly this week I just decided to go to Target, and there it was, and I bought it. And then yesterday I was feeling kind of bored, and I wasn't really interested in any of the books I have been reading, so I just picked it up because I knew it was poetry, so I thought it'd be a quick, easy read, which it was, because it took me about an hour, and oh my god, guys, this book is so good. Okay, I have to say, though, I'm not a big poetry person, and a lot of that has to do with, I feel like I've always kind of feared poetry, because I have I have a hard time with comprehension. When I was in elementary school, I went through all, kindergarten to 5th grade, not thinking anything was wrong. And then in 6th grade, when I entered middle school, I was put in a class called Reading Comprehension, because apparently, all through elementary school, I wasn't comprehending anything I was reading. So, thank you, education system. But anyway, so I feel like poetry has always been very scary for me, even though I love it. I really enjoy reading poetry, but it's always been very scary for me because I have that kind of pre-existing fear that I'm not going to understand it because my comprehension skills, it takes me a little longer to comprehend things than maybe most people. But this, just everything in this book hit me so hard emotionally, mentally, just, it's so good. So if you don't know what Milk and Honey is about, I'm just going to read the back because it's really short. And it says, "This is the journey of surviving through poetry. This is the blood, sweat, tears of 21 years. This is my heart in your hands. This is the hurting, the loving, the breaking, the healing." And that's basically what it is. It is her story of her life. And like she says, it is broken up into 4 parts. We have part 1 right here, which it says the hurting. Then part 2, the loving. Part 3, the breaking, and then part 4, the healing. Now, personally, for me, I connected the most with the breaking and the healing. Like, the poems in those sections hit me a lot more than the hurting and the loving did. But that doesn't take away from the fact that I thought they were beautifully written and really good. Like, I think I described it either in my Goodreads or my review on my blog, which I'll post links down below. I believe I described her writing as beautifully tragic yet hopeful. And that's what this whole book is. There is tragic stuff, especially in the hurting. And even not so much tragic, but just sad stuff in the breaking. But it's so hopeful, especially in the loving and the healing. It's such a hope. Like I said, it's beautifully tragic yet hopeful. And yeah, the hurting is very, to me, difficult to get through because just reading the stuff she had to go through, physically, mentally, emotionally, is kind of hard to get through. But then you kind of get uplifted reading about this relationship between her and this man in the loving and seeing that love that those two shared. And then, in the breaking, you face the reality that this relationship isn't working. And then the healing, how she got through that, and also this positivity she feels about being a woman and just embracing herself is just so, like I said, beautiful. And it is a roller coaster. Like, the hurting is really low, and then it goes up with the loving, then down again with the breaking, but then up again with the healing. While I have not gone through everything she has gone through, I can relate to almost everything in this book in all 4 sections, and that's really beautiful to me. And there's 2 poems specifically in here that I'm going to actually read real quick, and they're not long. And this first one is in the breaking, which is it's on page 109, and here's the poem. And the poem is, "I don't know what living a balanced life feels like. When I'm sad, I don't cry, I pour. When I'm happy, I don't smile, I glow. When I'm angry, I don't yell, I burn." And that hit me so hard because I felt like it was me. Because, obviously my experiences are different from hers, but to me, I read it as You know, she has no in-between, no middle ground. Her emotions are 0 to 100, and that's me. There is no middle ground, and that's why I think that one hit me so hard, because I am that way. I kind of am extreme with my emotions. I'm an emotional person, and I think that's one of the reasons why I love that one so much, because it's like, this is me. And the other one I loved is on page 148, and this is in The Healing. It's right there. And it says, the thing about writing is, I can't tell if it's healing or destroying me. And that one hit me for a different reason, because I'm a person who loves to write. I haven't been doing as much as I would like, because, and the same reason why I haven't been reading is because work and life gets in the way. But I've always felt that way with writing. Like, I'll come up with an idea and I'll feel, sometimes it'll feel really therapeutic and really like, oh, I'm just getting it off my chest. And other times, I feel like it just frustrates me and makes me angry. And so I could relate to that kind of complex of, is this helping me or is this making it worse? And I never thought of it that way with writing. It was just so, it just hit me so hard for some reason. But yeah, like I said, and there's plenty more of like poems I've highlighted in here. The other thing also I really love about her book is her little sketches with each one. And I think the reason why I also like that is because if you're kind of confused about a poem, her sketch can also maybe give you an idea of where she's meaning to go with that poem. And I think it also helps give you even more insight, you know, a non-verbal insight into her mind, which I love too. So I give Milk and Honey 5 out of 5. It was amazing. I can't wait to read whatever she comes up with next, because I definitely will. And yeah, so that was my review of Milk and Honey. Sorry if it's a little long. But if you've read Milk and Honey, what did you think about it? What's your favorite poem? You can either quote it or tell me the page, and I'll look it up. And also, I would also like give me some poetry recommendations, like either poetry collections or an author's collection like hers. Just recommendations. I'm always looking for recommendations, but yeah. So I hope you enjoyed, guys. So like, favorite, comment, subscribe. Until next time, bye guys.